Hey guys, good morning. Good morning. So, CE5. So this is the technique I used back in 2007, 2008 to initiate the beginning of my extraterrestrial contact journey. I was doing the CE5 ET contact meditation, which I shall describe in a moment, every night for around 6 or 7 weeks. And then after about 6 or 7 weeks, I had a spate of 3 UFO sightings right here in Lincolnshire. I'm back in the UK, going right over here. The first one was like this amazing flashing light in the sky, accompanied by the sound of military jets. Very strange. Military craft always seem to be involved in my UFO sightings. The second one, I could hear the sound of a military jet flying over the house after doing the CE5. I think I was doing the CE5 at the time. And no, this is maybe the second sighting, so I think I was actually watching a UFO documentary when I saw this. It doesn't always happen at the time when you did the CE5 meditation. In fact, very often it's kind of setting the intent for a few weeks and then you'll just see them out of the blue somewhere. And so in this sighting, there was this golden orb of light flying over the house, but it was making the sound of an aircraft engine. It was really strange. But then I said to it in my mind, I said, if you're an ET, if you're a UFO, move up and down. And the instant I did that, it like shot up 200 feet in the sky, moved along, shot back down, like on like completely impossible maneuvers, like as a glowing ball of light, even though it sounded like an aircraft engine. Went back down, disappeared, reappeared, and then disappeared off into the distance. And then the third sighting I had, there was like a ball of light, like more of a white ball of light this time, tracking over the house, same direction, being tracked by a military jet exactly paralleling it. Then went off into the distance, then a few minutes later, this green and red orb like floated up into the sky, and a couple of minutes after that, 2 military jets flew directly in the direction, directly over my house, at extremely low altitude with like full afterburners on, like where they light up the exhaust fumes, and you've got like the fire coming out the back of the jets that they use like in emergency situations to get extra boost. So interesting stuff you're going to get happening if you begin to use this technique. So how does the technique work? Good question. So basically we go into a meditative state. We need to practice meditation so we can get the idea of like connecting with a deeper aspect of ourselves and beginning to feel into like the infinite nature of reality. Like when you meditate and when your mind quietens down, you might notice that in those moments of quiet mind, like the quietness is actually infinite in nature. It actually has no beginning and no end. And this is like your access point. This is the beginning point of self-realization, enlightenment, awakening, like beginning to feel into the infinite nature of the silence, which is ultimately your consciousness, and the infinite consciousness of all of creation, which you are and I am and we all are. And as you begin to tap into this, you begin to tap into the infinite nature of reality, and you begin to see and realize and directly experience that all things in creation are connected, and we're all actually one being, one organism. And so from this perspective, you understand there is no time, there is no space, everything exists here and now as part of the infinite consciousness that we all are. And from here, you can begin to do what we may call the coherent thought sequencing process, where we invite the ETs into our reality. So you get into this meditative state, you get into the idea of cosmic consciousness, as Dr. Greer calls it, who developed this method. And from here you kind of set the intent to connect with the ETs. And what I was doing, like my version of this, was I would begin to visualize the image of a grey ET, like the classic, like Hollywood, you know, big head, big black eyes, small ears, small spindly body, the classic grey ET. Then I would visualize the image of a flying saucer going round and round and round and round. This is all I knew about ETs at the time. And then I would visualize the idea of where I exist in the universe. So what you do is, like, after connecting into the ET consciousness, to visualizing like the image of an ET ship, and visualizing the image of an ET image, like whatever ET civilization you wish to connect with. There's a lot more information about this on the internet now. And from there, you like begin to, so you're sending out, so you're kind of connecting with their consciousness, setting the intent to connect with any ETs that are out there, and they will pick up on this. They trust me, they're very tuned in to Earth humans, like, who want contact. And so from here, what you do is you begin to visualize like the Milky Way galaxy, like our spiral galaxy. So you can look up images of the Milky Way galaxy and our solar system on the internet to familiarize yourself with them. And then in the meditation, you visualize the image of the Milky Way galaxy, and you're kind of sending out the impulses. This is the galaxy we reside in. So you're connecting with any ETs in anywhere in the whole universe, the whole of creation, the whole of the multiverse. And then you visualize our solar system, like the 7 planets in our solar. Is it, how many planets are in a solar system? I don't even know. That's embarrassing. Is it 8, 9? Let's not count them up now. And then you visualize planet Earth, the 3rd rock from the sun, and then you like from above, like what Earth looks like from space. Then you visualize the country you reside in from above, the outline on the map. Then you begin to zone in, like closer and closer and closer to where you live. So like I would visualize like the bit of coastline out to the coast out here, like the Skegness, like Boston coastline, the Wash as it's called in the UK, and like that image of the coastline. And then I'd visualize like kind of like a dot on the map that I'm like 40 miles inland from here. Then I'd actually visualize Lincoln Cathedral, a big landmark. It was once the tallest building in the world, actually. And so I visualized that because it's a great landmark. Then I visualized a large tree behind my house, and I did this every day for about 7 weeks, and then that's what started like a series of 3 UFO sightings. So peace, love, light, and Shivai.